Hey, we're Phantoms forward Joseph Pontes. Joe, you've been with the team for about 2 weeks now. How's it been adjusting to life in Youngstown with your new teammates?
It hasn't been that tough. I actually live with a couple other guys on the team, and I'm from Toledo, so it hasn't been that big of an adjustment. Just moved down south a little bit.
First 2 weeks, you guys started off 3-1, going up against a very tough Green Bay and a very tough Cedar Rapids team this weekend. What are you guys doing to prepare for these two games?
You know, we're just trying to be mentally focused. A lot of the goals that they've been scoring are from our mistakes. We've been beating ourselves more than they've been beating us. So I think we're just trying to perfect our game and trying to work harder.
And then what are the keys to the victories? You mentioned just now fixing your little mistakes, but what are the keys to victory to getting 2 wins this weekend?
It's gonna start with our defense, probably. Work our way forward. We always get a bunch of shots. We're gonna have to score, we're gonna have to capitalize on our opportunities. So it'll be a good game this weekend.
That's for Joseph Pontes for the weekend against Green Bay and Cedar Rapids. Here with Phantoms defenseman Nyland Nagy. Nagy, you guys have 2 very tough games this weekend against a tough Green Bay and a tough Cedar Rapids teams. What have you guys been doing this week to prepare for them in practice?
Pretty much all week, we've just been coming out and practice and working hard. You got to prepare. Every team in this league is good. There's not going to be a night off, and we've definitely seen Green Bay and Cedar Rapids before at the showcase, so we know what we have to do to get ready for them. And as long as we keep working hard at practice, do the drills, don't go through the motions, it'll definitely be a good weekend for us. Hopefully we can come out of it.
What are the keys to victory for this weekend to get 2 big wins?
The keys to victory, for us would probably be just to outwork them. Every night you got to come in, just put the hard hat on and go to work. And in this league, that's where it comes, because every team is just as good as any other team. So there's no nights off. So as long as you come in and you outwork them every shift of every period, you'll come out with a W at the end.
And then is it exciting going home, your home opener, first game at the Covelli Center?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting, playing in front of, our hometown fans, big crowd. So, that'll definitely give us a little bit of support, maybe a little bit of a momentum boost, when we're down and when we get up, to have the fans behind us and supporting us throughout the game.
It's Phantoms defenseman Nyland Nagy before the weekend against Green Bay and Cedar Rapids. Here with head coach Curtis Carr before the game against Green Bay. Coach, Green Bay comes into this weekend's game 1-1-1. Is that truly a representation of how that team actually can play?
I think early in the season records are kind of blown out of proportion. I think Green Bay is going to be a great team, and if we're going to do well and accomplish what we want to accomplish this year, we know we're probably going to have to go through Green Bay to get that done.
You guys come into the weekend 3-1 off of 4 very strong games. You'd mentioned to me that the Tri-City game, which was our only loss in the first 2 weeks, was your strongest game. What can you guys take away from that game and put it into Green Bay on Saturday?
I think the thing that we're trying to stress to the guys is, I think Dave would agree with us, that we played a pretty solid game on Saturday night in Tri-City. Unfortunately, we took the first 5 minutes off and had to play catch-up, and then we made a couple mistakes in the second period that cost us for goals too. So as we've been stressing, it's a tough league to win in. It's very competitive. All the teams are pretty equal. You got to bring your game every night, and hopefully they look at that as that they played a pretty strong game, but you take 6-7 minutes of where we didn't play well, and we ended up losing the game because they capitalized on those opportunities and we ran into a hot goaltender. So
2 of your first 4 games were on the road in home openers in opposing buildings. You guys get to have your home opener this weekend. How do you keep the guys' emotions in check and keep them from getting too excited as you start the home portion of the schedule?
I think emotion's good. It's an emotional game, and we want our guys to play with emotion. So I don't mind it whatsoever, as long as it's not crossing the line and going into penalties. But I like the fact that we've had 3 games now that hopefully our emotions are high.
And then last question, what are the keys to victory? What do you guys need to do throughout the 60 minutes to get the victory?
Just continue to get better. I know it's something I keep saying over and over again, but we looked at our mistakes on the video from the Tri-City game. We got to make sure we do those things better.
It's head coach Curtis Carr before the game against Green Bay. Thanks, Coach.